So, hi Dale.
Hi, how you doing there, buddy?
I'm doing great. Hey, thanks for meeting me here.
Hey, not a problem.
So I'm new, just got here, and I hear the trains are the way to get around the country.
That is a true statement.
No rental cars, so it's either the trains or the legs.
Yeah.
Prefer the trains.
Yeah.
So a little intimidating, so give me some background on it.
Okay. Well, the train system in Japan is very reliable. It's very schedule oriented. Many people use the train clocks schedules to set their own personal clocks by, because they are on time.
On time.
Yeah.
So how many stations are here in Yokosuka?
On the KQ line, we have two lines. The first one is the KQ line. It has two stations. This is Shiori, and the other station is called Yokosuka Chuo. The other line this year is Japan Railways, and that's the JR. You'll hear that as an acronym. The JR Yokosuka station is on the other end over by what's called Verne Park. It's right, the park is right along the water.
So most people here in Yokosuka, at least associated with the base, will typically ride, is there one particular train line they'll typically
Generally
ride?
we do, most of our people will use KQ line, mainly because they run more trains. And the trains that they do run are broken up into three basic categories. There's the local, stops at every stop.
Okay.
There's a limited express and an express. So the express will stop, they run that one during the commuter times, so it stops at a little bit fewer stations than the local. And the limited express will stop at only major stops, where other train lines come in and they go off.
Okay, so like the Limited Express will get you to your destination faster because of less stops.
Correct.
Okay. Now for us, we're south of Tokyo, south of Yokohama. So I'm guessing the majority of times people will be going in that direction.
That's correct. And that's one thing that we like to tell people is you really need to know whether you're going towards Tokyo or away from Tokyo when you go through the wickets to figure out what platform to get on.
Right, so I guess the platforms list the end station that the train's heading towards.
That's correct.
And that's how you know which platform to get on?
Correct.
So in this case, for heading towards Tokyo, does it list Tokyo? Is that the last city, or?
Actually, it's not the last city. A lot of the trains themselves will put the destination is on each train. But on the platforms, it'll usually say like Shinagawa. Okay. Shinagawa is the we make a joke of it because all trains go to Shinagawa.
Okay.
It is a huge station. Okay. And that's the one just before you get into Tokyo.
All right, so for the most part, for people here going in that direction, we're always going to want to get on the platform that says to Shinagawa.
Yes.
And if we're in Shinagawa or Yokohama and we're coming back here, we'd probably just want to get on the other platform. Generally saying?
Generally, if you're on a KQ line, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess some of the bigger stations have multiple platforms.
Yes, they do.
So then you have to be careful which platform you get on as far as the direction you're going.
That's correct. And what you want to do is we always tell them just look up, because when you look up, even though if there might be 14 platforms, but on those, if you look up on the signs, it'll say what trains you're looking for, where they're headed to.
Okay. So suppose you get on a train.
Okay.
And you realize, well, maybe this is not the right train you want to be on.
Ah, yes.
Then what?
Not a big problem. As long as you stay inside the wickets on the trains, you can go from one direction to the other. If you've gone past the place that you want to go, or you think you're on the wrong train, you can get off, go on the other side, get on the other platform, and go back the way you came.
Simple. Now, when you say wickets, it's kind of like turnstiles where you pay is what you're referring to?
Yep.
Now, speaking of pay, how does one pay for riding the train?
You can buy tickets, or you can get a card. And there's two types of cards, the Suica and Passmo. They're both interchangeable with whichever, whether it's the JR line or the KQ line, and even some of the other smaller lines when you get up further away from this area.
So is there an advantage to having tickets by Passmo cards or vice versa?
There
and what
sure
is
is.
that?
It makes life a lot easier.
Okay.
And if you're really intimidated by the trains, you get a Passmo card. That eliminates a lot of that anxiety.
So do I get this Passmo card on the train, or where do I get them, and how does money get handled with these cards?
You can get the cards right off of the machines.
Okay.
Because outside each station they have machines where you can buy a ticket or you can buy a card. Once you buy a card, you can also charge your card. You can print out a history of where you've ridden.
So basically, it's kind of like almost like an ATM card for the trains.
Yeah.
Where they store cash on them.
That's right.
And you can add cash to them if desired to ride the trains. Now, these cards, can you use them other places than just the trains?
Yes. Depending on the store, like KQ, they have many department stores. So you can also use that card if you wanted to buy groceries. You could go into a grocery store that's owned by KQ and you can use your Passmo card. You can use them on vending machines. The vending machines that are on the platforms will generally take Passmo or Suica cards also.
So what about the buses and the taxis? Do they sometimes take those cards?
The buses do.
Okay.
And we're seeing now this year, I have seen taxis in actually Yokosuka are now starting to accept the Passmo cards.
Okay, so it sounds like a pretty convenient way
Yep.
to pay for getting around
Very
Japan.
versatile. Very versatile.
Okay, so we're here at the train station, Shiori, and you're going to show me as far as the kiosk and how to get the card and actually board a train.
Sure. So if you look right behind us, you'll see the pink. Those are the wickets.
Okay, the
And
turnstiles.
The turnstiles, right.
Okay.
And so you kind of go through and you can see one that says it has the red circle with the white line, says can't go in that way.
Okay.
You got to look for the ones that have the arrow and just follow the arrow and then you can go through it.
All right, so why don't we walk over there and you can show me all that stuff firsthand.
Let's do
All
it.
right, thanks. All right, Dale, so here we're at the kiosk. So go ahead and explain to me how these work.
Okay, the first thing you have to do is up here in the right-hand corner, there's a little button. And that button says English. Push that button first, and that turns everything into English. All the audio that comes on the machine will be in English. And then from there, it's pretty self-explanatory. This says Passmo, you push that, and then a light will flash up. And as a matter of fact, let me just run something through here. I'll do a print history. This is my Passmo card, right here. And so I hit English. And then it comes in English, so I hit the English button. See, it's in English, so I hit Passmo. Right, and then it gives you your selection. Now I'm going to just do a balance history. I can charge it from this same button. Right, so I put that on there and it flashes. So that's where I put my money in, or my card. And now it's going to change and it says display balance history or print balance history. If I wanted to put money on, I could do it now. I could just push one of the buttons and then put my money in.
So I see here where it's only yen.
Correct.
Not dollars.
Yes.
So if you're going to charge, make sure you have yen.
Yes, and it has to be cash. It does not take credit cards.
Okay.
Okay, so then I just hit my balance history and my card comes out and see they flash whatever. This is my balance history. See? Easy to read, but yeah.
Is that in English or Japanese?
It's in Japanese, it's in kanji.
Yeah.
And so we suggest that people get those about once a week when if they're commuting, like living in Yokohama or whatever. So just kind of as a nice thing because you'll only get one card. So as I put the next run here, this one is going to drop off.
Okay.
So that's why we
So
say
you kind of use that as a receipt for riding the trains.
Yeah, and as a reminder. I mean, if you do it within a week, most people can remember what they are, and the more you do it, you'll get to read the kanji on what the stations are.
So I see the map here. So it's kind of intimidating when I first look at it.
Yep.
So can you kind of explain to me what they're trying to convey?
Okay. So the first thing you want to, where we got the very end?
Yep.
Okay. So there's a red mark here. That one always says you are here.
All right, red's for where you are.
Red is for where you are.
Okay.
And then the rest of it, and it's for like a KQ line. These are the black stations, the major stations that we talked about earlier, that all the express trains will stop at. Right? Only these. Like in Yokohama, there's 1, 2, 3. There's at least 4 lines that connect there. So that's why people can get to there, and then they can transfer to different lines. Okay. And it's the same, like here's for the one for Haneda Airport. And if you look down here, these little spur lines go off, so they stop there. So the commuter trains will stop there. So, we talked about Shinagawa. Alright, so you'll get to know the kanji. Shinagawa. 3 blocks, 3 straight lines. Okay? That's
Or it
how you
says Shinagawa, which is the easy
That's
way
right.
out.
That's right. This says Shinagawa on it, on kanji down here. But if you notice up in here, there's no romanji. It's all in kanji. Okay? So that's where you can be. It can be a little intimidating. Now I know that this is the Yamanote line, which is a JR system. And so like this one, this is where you are right here. This is Yokosuka Chuo, and then you go to Shinagawa, and then you can transfer to the Yamanote line, which goes around Tokyo in just a big circle.
See, so in this instance, this linear graph, I guess you'd say, so right here, Shinagawa's the end, and it looks all the stations in between.
Yes.
And that way you can kind of see at each stop where you are when you're on the train, making sure kind of you're going in the right direction as well.
That is true. And so from where you are in the red mark, right, when you look above, these group of stations from here, which is Shiori, is going to be 550 yen for an adult or 280 for a child.
Okay. Now say you have your Pasmo card, and you get on the train and you realize you don't have enough yen on your card when you get to your final destination. What happens then?
There is inside each station before you come out through the turnstiles of the wickets. It's a yellow machine, very similar to this, and it's called the fare adjustment, F-A-R-E adjustment. So if you needed to load more money on your Pasmo card or Suica card, you can do it there. Or if you had a ticket and you need more on that ticket, then you can put your ticket in, pay the extra money, spit the new one out, and then you're good to go.
You can get out.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about the schedules as far as how often, and do they have a schedule usually around, or
yes.
when the trains arrive?
They do. They have, when you're outside the station, they'll have one that has for the trains going both directions. Okay. So that can be a little bit tougher because you got to be able to know which way it's going. A lot of times it's only in kanji. If you're on the platform, that schedule on the platform is only for the train that's going in whatever direction on that platform is you're heading.
So they've got a schedule out here,
yep.
which you can show me how to read that, correct?
Yes, we can.
So let's go there next.
Okay.
All right. All right, Dale, so we're at the schedule. Kind of intimidating. All I see is a bunch of numbers and some colors.
Right. So, quick, big picture. Blue is the weekdays. Pink is the weekends and Japanese holidays. Not U.S. holidays, the Japanese holidays.
All right.
Okay. Basic, these numbers are the hour, and these are the minutes. So at 5:01, the first train is leaving, going towards Shinagawa, because there is a Shinagawa sign right there. 3 blocks, 3 strikes.
Okay. So what about the different colors on here? I see black, I see red, I see green.
Mm-hmm. So, like I was talking about before, they have broken it down in three different categories. The black train is a local, every stop. The red train, and so I might get that, it's either the Limited Express or the Express, I can't remember which. But the red one will stop at more stops. If you'll notice up here, all the numbers that are red are numbers is where they stop at. And so you'll see there's numerous ones that are in there, right? The green one is the express train, okay? It will keep on going. So if you look on this one, like this is the green ones here, there's just the dash, okay? That means the green train's not going to stop at this station.
Okay.
Okay? So, but all the black numbers, guess what? It's going to stop because it's a local train.
And they stop at every station.
Every station, yeah.
So at the top, I see also a road map, I guess you'd say?
It's a road map, yeah. So you'll notice there's a green and a red, and this gray is actually considered a black one. So these are the trains that run, and these black ones are the major stations, where the green one will stop at all these major stations. And you'll notice because each one will come down and it'll hit the green one, and plus it'll be dots down here. This is way down the end of the line, so it, and for the red trains, same thing. You look at the line and there'll be little circles, and that's where the trains will stop. Now they added an extra one in here, and it's a blue train, sky blue, I think is what it is, and it runs to the airport. Okay. But the blue one doesn't come to Yokosuka or Shiori. It takes a spur line off and goes towards what's called Shinzushi, which you can, if you live in Ikego, you can take that one because it stops at the station for Ikego.
So how do I know, like I'm in Yokohama, that I'm getting on a train that doesn't have a spur line that's going to dump me off somewhere I don't want to go?
Very good, because when the train comes in, the first thing you want to look at, as the train pulls up, on each car, there's a couple windows. There's a small window on the left and a little larger one on the right. That one on the left, it'll be either a colored kanji or colored background, which is be green, red, or black.
Okay.
Okay. That tells you what type of train it is, whether it's a local, limited express, or express.
Okay.
Okay. The other window tells you where that train is going to end.
The last stop.
The last stop, yes.
So you want to make sure your last stop is not on the spur line.
That's right. And you want to make sure your last stop is past where you want to get off. Or be aware that you might have to transfer.
Simple enough.
And a lot of times with the transfers are very easy because all you do is get off one train at the same platform, you just walk right across and get on another one that's going down.
So what does the squares around the numbers mean?
The squares around the numbers, generally that train will either pick up cars or they'll drop cars off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I might be on the train, on a car, and it might drop off that car?
Yeah, or a good rule of thumb is if the train stops and you're not by a station, start paying attention.
So in other words, if everybody gets off the car, good chance I want to get off as well.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb too. Yeah, yeah. And if you notice right above each one of the letters, there's like little symbols. So that's what this is right here. These are just the acronyms for the symbols. Like here's Shinagawa, 3 blocks, right? 3 blocks is east, right? So that train, if you look up here for the 3 blocks, that's where that train is going to end. So right here, say this one here, at 7:10, there's a local, and that local is going to end in Shinagawa.
This might take quite a while, but it's going to get there.
Yes, it will take quite a while. Yeah.
All right, I think I understand.
Yeah.
So for us, now it's just a matter of having our card, our Pasmo card, and going through the turnstile.
Right, and we'll show you how to go through the turnstile.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, so when you come up to the turnstile wickets, generally a lot of them can go either way, right? But like say for this one, there's little paddles that you can't come this direction, right? You only go that direction. So if you look down here, a lot of times there'll be like an arrow, see? So you can go through this way, and you can go through this way, okay? So this one can take tickets or the Pasmo. Put the ticket in here, and it spits it up on the other side, and then you need to take it. You need to take your ticket until you exit the station, okay? Because that tells you where you came in at, okay? This blue right here, that's where you take your Pasmo card, and you just set it on like that, and then there'll be an arrow that turns blue and lets you go through. And then when you go through, over here, see, brought the arrow in, see, it'll tell you your balance on your card, and when you exit, it'll also tell you what was charged on your card.
Okay, so you know how much the ride cost you and how much you have left.
That's correct. That's correct.
All right, so let's board the train. A train.
Okay, cool.
You ready?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the other thing, Matt. Don't do the guide thing.
The guide thing?
The guide thing.
What's the guide thing?
The guide thing is, remember, you won't ask for directions or you won't ask for help. If you need help, come ask one of the workers right here by the window. The attendants, right? And they're always right here by the wicket. And they're very helpful, and they'll always just warn them, don't do the guide thing, ask for help.
Got it.
So this is a fare adjustment. And it's pretty much the same as the ones out inside. There's the English button, right? So you can push the English button, and it knows you need to recharge your stuff, so it automatically flashes. So you can put your ticket or your card in here.
Guidance will be displayed in English.
So even talks to you.
It talks to you in English, yep.
Pretty simple.
It
So
is.
remind me again. So basically, when we come in or we come off a train, we realize we don't have enough money on our Pasmo card or Suica card. We can stop here and charge money to the card so we can exit the station.
Right, and when you come through, if you don't have enough, either some flappers will close, right, or a red light will come up and say, you don't have enough. So don't just bull your way through. Just come back and reload your card.
In worst case, go see the attendant.
Absolutely
Say,
right.
hey, and try to explain to them what the issues are.
That's right.
And they'll probably understand it.
Yeah, and it does happen. Sometimes people will get a Suica card and a Passmo card, and they put it in a wallet. If you have two of the cards like that, or two Passmo cards, whatever,
right,
it doesn't read it right.
So you want to separate them?
Separate them, take one out, only carry one with you.
Okay, so and always use the same card when you go in and go out, so let's keep track of that.
That's correct. And only one person can use the card when you come in. Like if we were coming in, I couldn't run you in on my card.
And then hand me the card so I can come in as well.
Correct, you can't do that.
It won't like that.
No, it doesn't like that.
Smart cards.
It is smart, yeah, very smart.
All right, so let's go up on the platform and catch a train.
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing you do when you come in is, come on in. So you come into the wickets, the first thing you do again, look up. Because when you look up, you're going to see the signs. 1 and 2, right? And that's the platform. In this station, there's 2 platforms. Okay. So number 2, it says for Shinagawa. There's a 3 blocks, there's a 3 stripes. This one here, number 1 is for Miura Kaigan. Okay.
Say that again?
Miura Kaigan.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that tells me that this one's going away from Tokyo, that one's going to Tokyo, towards Tokyo.
Pretty simple.
Yep.
So that way, when you first come through the turnstile, look up all the way, figure out which platform you want to go on, and make sure you're headed in the right direction.
Absolutely right.
So what direction are we going in, Dale?
I don't think we've made a decision.
Let's go to number 1.
Okay, we'll go to number 1.
All right. All right, Dale. So what do we have here?
This is each station has these type of signs on it. And what it is this tells you what station that you're at, and it'll have the number on it. This is station number 58 in Shiori. And then down below here, you'll see Hemi is the one that they just came from. Yokosuka Chuo is the one that you're going to.
Next
station number 59.
Gotcha. So when you're on the train, you can easily look outside the train. Express train just went whizzing by us. So when you're on the train, whizzing by at 50 miles an hour, you can look out and see what platform you just passed.
Yes.
And see
Say, oh, I got to get off on the next one and come back 1 or 2. And trust me, it will happen.
All right, Dale, so we're waiting on the trains, and I notice a soda machine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty unique. Can you, what do they have here?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of this. We have ice, or tea, water, kind of a Gatorade style drink. There's coffee down here. This happens to be cold coffee. There's like lemon, this is like a lemon fortified drink for, you know, like it's got 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C in it. There's one just a mixed fruit, and then of course different coffees. Energy drinks.
So these accept what forms of payment?
Yen, again,
Okay.
or a Passmo card.
All right.
So if you want to buy one off your Passmo card, you just put it right on that, and it lights everything up, and then you can make your selection. So I thought that was, well, I'm gonna have a peach thing here. I don't know what it tastes like, but
Peach water.
yeah. Oh, and so now I put it on there, and it just,
Wow, select.
yeah.
Now someone was telling me that some of the machines have, in this case I guess they're all refrigerated,
Yes,
but some of the machines have hot and cold beverages?
they do, and it depends on the year. It's summertime now, so this whole machine is all cold.
Okay.
Now in the wintertime, you're gonna have cold and hot.
So how do you identify which one's hot, which one's cold?
Well, if you look right down, these are all blue, right? So when they come in and they make this coffee hot in the wintertime, these will be red.
And it'll actually come out hot.
Yes. Oh, great hand warmers.
Very good. Pretty simple.
Yep.
Thanks.
And then right next to it is always a place where you can throw your bottles. You can drink them, and then you put your bottles in a container and sort them.
Got it.
So let's see what this tastes like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's an apple. It wasn't peach. So you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Okay, so I want to show you the signs on the cars themselves, and then we're going to climb on. So it might be kind of short. So here we go. So again, look above the driver's window, and you'll see on the front of the train what type it is and where it's going. Black, local, rock. And if you miss that, then they're also on the side. Black, rock. All right, let's get on board.
All right.
couple windows here, you'll see people lining up to get on, getting off for the next train.
So are there some do's and don'ts to the train?
Yes, there are. So number one, when you get off the train, just get off and go stand by a column or a wall and get out of the way. Because everybody behind you, they know where they're going.
So they want to get off.
Yeah, that's right. They want to get off because they're going to catch maybe a bus or a cab, right? So the buses are set up to where they run pretty similar with the train stations, the train system. So the train will come in, a lot of buses will be waiting for people that have already gotten off the trains, and then they climb on the bus, whoop, off they go.
So I noticed it's very quiet on the train, other than us.
Yes.
So what's the etiquette as far as phones?
You don't, when you're on a phone you can text and all that, but you don't have to talk on them, okay? And when you're by where the special cars are, the seats, that's where the elderly, the injured, or people with small children, that's where they can sit. And if you're in that little section, you should turn your phone off.
So for the most part, don't talk on your phone, listen to music via earphones, right?
That's right.
And be quiet.
Yes.
Be courteous of everyone else.
Right. Because a lot of times the public transportation is used so much, some of the people, they travel an hour and a half, 2 hours, it's not uncommon, to go to their workplace. So guess what? They're taking naps.
Sleeping on the train.
Yeah.
So how do they know when to wake up?
I don't know.
But they do.
They do. I mean, you know, I even woken up by and I wake up and looked at, oh, time for me to get off.
So suppose you sleep through your stop, just get off on the next station
Yeah.
and backtrack.
That's right.
Got it.
Okay, so as the train comes in, you need to, if you look at it, here it comes. And there it goes.
So was that an express, a local, or what?
That was a limited express, and it was a green train. And
It
above,
looked red to me, Dale.
yeah, yes, the train itself was red, but when we say red, green, or black train, that's the type of train that how it's going to stop at what stations.
All right.
Okay, this is a local, and it is called a black train because it stops at all the stops. Although it's not black, it's red. Right. So let's see if we can swivel here, maybe. This is let's go. When we say it's a local black train, and this is going to Shinagawa. Okay. So let's jump on. So it starts in kanji. So you just wait, and it turns into English. Right. Kanji. That's the stop number. Right. So again, kanji. English. This is the name of the next station and what the number is. And then this station, you can read these up here too, so that as you're going by, you can look at the station signs that we talked about earlier. You can see where you came from and where you're going to, what your next stations are. Okay, so now when you go out, just in reverse. There's your card there, blue arrow, and then right here you'll see the top number is what you were charged, and the number below it is the balance on your card. So this train ride was 130 yen, which is about $1.30.